Question blow me without notice, me go to Prime Minister. It's a question in relation to current situation lo Ukraine, Russia, where invasion lo Ukraine even come up. Now, because Russia is one of the major energy producing nation in the world, this situation will affect him entire world or global economy. Now, mipla lo Papua New Guinea too work lo pilim. So suppose you go to social media or even to mainstream media, but you read or some plenty man Mary only start complain lo rise in prices of common household goods, even services too. So question blow me go to Prime Minister more time. Prime Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker, one of the steps by this government to kiss him, lo try him, lo mitigate him, or try him, lo straight him slow heavy, where price increase work lo come up lo because lo this conflict work lo come up lo Russia and Ukraine. Enough and can talk sawe so that all people blow me can harem whether this government got some strategy or no got law, assist law, addressing this issue law, price rise law, all get the prices law, common household goods inside law Papua New Guinea. Thank you, True.
Honorable Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Asam through me like thank you, Law Governor Blong Oro Province or Northern Province. Law ask him this good and important question as he always does on matters that is important for our country. So this question is very important and timely. Let me give a response in this manner. Government, as responsible as we are very much cognizant to the prevalent environment that we are living in, especially inflation that will be caused by the increase in the oil and gas prices. And so, government, malalo, people have been making work. Underneath lo good work long treasurer, and we continue to steer him ship long economy believe in these tough times. That's the reason why plenty lo Yumik is in pay on time. A few years back, we were getting our pays a little bit behind. Today, pays are being paid on time. DSIP, PSIP programs are being rolled on time. Government programs are keep on running because treasurer is deep at work, faithfully and in an astute manner up there in the treasury office. Treasurer, natim blogan la treasury, slip. Only bring him some measure companies along cabinet, and cabinet approving some measures for us to bring to Parliament very soon. We may miss this Parliament session, but definitely in the last Parliament sitting of the year of this term in April, Treasurer's papers will come before us to make some adjustments to our budget papers to ensure whatever Treasurer is bringing has the support of law and support of Parliament. There's a combination of measures that Treasurer brought into Cabinet, and Cabinet has given approval of. I think Treasurer will release a full statement in due course once the paper has been cleared off from my desk. But one of Mipla look in simple terms, Treasurer current paper come to look him if Mipla could slash him GST. If Mipla could bring him GST come down the click, whether at a flat line GST reduction, and the Treasurer has recommended for a drop in 2% GST on a flat line, or a targeted 0% GST on specific common household items, including fuel and including things like rice, flour, tin fish, cooking oil. So a combination of measures that we currently come to Cabinet, and Cabinet approving finish. Now you may looking at a flat line reduction of GST by 2%, bring him GST come down to 8%, or you may have him a targeted approach where you may target him all sectors where he really burdensome to our people, and you may like him all people, especially the ordinary consumers in our economy, the people who are consumers who line up in our retail shops, consumers who line up in our fuel service stations to pay lesser to address the inflation that is caused by the war in Ukraine and that war induced rise in fuel price. So bringing this answer come to close and clearer. Treasury bringing paper companies to the cabinet either 2% reduce in GST or a targeted reduction in completely zero GST on common goods in our country. And this, in my view, would be the first time any treasurer or any government for that matter has made an attempt to look at GST. We're getting a little bit of a technical queries from IRC. They're saying that to adjust for a reduction in GST may not be feasible ASAP. It may take time to adjust, and implementation may come 2 or 3 months down the line. That is something that the Treasurer and his team are working on with IRC. But in the meantime, the Treasury staff are working with ICCC to ensure there is no extra increase in prices of common goods, and the price of common goods can be kept. And Treasurer is also looking at levy reduction in most of our common goods, especially fuel. At the fuel bowser, these combinations have been looked on by the Treasurer, slashing of GST, whether a flatline slash or a targeted slash, as well as looking at levy reduction. And these announcements will be made very, very soon when the process is complete, especially when Treasury is now trying to model. If there is a drop, if a reduction in GST, what is the cost of that GST drop on the economy or in our 2022 budget? From our modeling thus far, if 2% of GST is reduced from everyday consumers and our economy, our budget will be affected by 600 to 700 million kina. Now, you may ask where we will fill in the gap. The increase in revenue from good oil prices and good gold price is the area we look in to fill in the gap. Last year when we went to budget, or when we came to this parliament for budget approval, our oil price was placed at $60 a barrel. Today oil price is at around $100 a barrel. We're modeling on an average of $80 a barrel, and that little margin increase, we want to supplement or fill in the gap in which Treasurer is recommending to remove 2% GST off from our consumers in our country. This may be the first time any government or any treasurer has attempted to alleviate the burden directly with our people instead of assisting service providers or assisting companies who are saving our economy. We want to make sure by government policy the consumers, the spenders, are being assisted in as far as putting a little bit of kina more in the pocket when they have reduced GST or reduced levy on the consumables that is everyday need in our country. So, Mr. Speaker, let me summarize by saying, good question. Treasurer has not been sleeping. He's been at work. Cabinet has already approved this combination of measures that should give a little bit of help to our consumers in our country to peg against the inflation that is caused by the rise in oil price or gas price associated with the war in Ukraine. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.